Alright, welcome back generals to another Let's Fix Generals 0 Hour to make the best game ever. We are still working on the unassemblize tool. And last video we have put a lot of thought into our command queue. And yeah, evaluates and then queues next command of presence. Good. So this is compile. Yeah. Okay, so it's compiled. That is already a good start. So if I didn't make a mistake and if I didn't look over anything, then the delayed command should be fully functional, which is part of the base command. So a base command can contain the delayed command, and then this can chain. It can chain towards multiple delayed commands. And the delayed commands is not yet a real command. Maybe we should document this. The delayed command is a substitute for a real command used to chain commands. On demand. Delayed work. I don't like this name here. How about we call it delayed? Delayed work Funk. Okay. Okay, so let's try to use it and see if it actually works. If this works, then I think this has been a good day. Yeah, I think so. Good. So we want to load PDB async. Hold on. Hold your horses. Load exe async. So we want load async. Load exe async. So let's command descriptor can load exe async can load descriptor can pdb Okay, so I think load we will create this command is async. Okay, let's create a function. Hold on. Here. Create async. Create load exe commands. And there we pass a descriptor. And then we will also have the load pdb command. Load pdb command. Okay, now things are getting interesting. Obviously, we would also have it save exe config and pdb config save config exe. Right, and then we take these guys and we put them here. And we put them here, here, and here. And in GUI app, we put it here. Okay, and then we take all this stuff here, comment this out, and put it in here. This would be a complete command. And then here we call auto command creates command descriptor. Actually, we can just can we just pass it here without std move? No. So we have to put it in here? No. Huh. It's an interesting question. Huh. So it has to be external. Huh. Hold on. Hold on. What is the problem? Ah. Right. PTR. Whoa, wait, what? Ah, we have to return just a command pointer. Right. Yeah. And then here we return the commands. Command, can't type. Okay, and so here, so can we just pass it without std move? Looks like it. Yeah. Okay, so this one is very compact. Load exe async, just enqueue, create this, done. Okay. Then loads pdb async. Okay, so here things will start to be interesting. Here we copy this guy. Load pdb async. So we put this here. We comment this out. Okay, so effectively we don't invalidate command ID. So we don't do this here. So essentially it is doing the same as this command does. PDP reader equals command. PDP reader. PDP reader. Okay, this could be good. We could be going in the good direction here. I'm not yet 100% convinced, but it looks promising. Okay, so now the question is, where is this called? Just there. Just there. Okay. Okay. Can load PDB. Load PDB. Okay, let's rename this to load PDB and exe async. And then in here we need to chain now. Okay, how do we do it? So we create a command here, this. We take auto commands equals create load PDB commands. And then we do command dot then, and here we now put a lambda function, then commands so wait, I'm looking in the wrong file, virq. So it expects to take this and return that. So results. So we take this here, this, and it returns that. And then for starters, let's just return this. Command pointer. No, we do return create load exe command. Okay, that doesn't. It complains. Has no member then, huh? Oh, why? Oh, it's a pointer. Okay, and here we need to pass descriptor, which is just a pointer. Descriptor. Okay, it's still complaining. Why? Cannot be reference. Should it be a static function? Hold on. I think it should be static, no? Yeah, it should be static. Let's make these guys static. Yeah. Oh no. Okay, here we can remove this. Callback. Here we can be extra explicit and also say it returns void. Can also do it here. Call back. Okay. Okay, create load exe command, create load pdb command. And so we chain it simply by creating the command, and then we call then do this, which is a delayed command. The command is not yet allocated. It describes how to allocate it when the time is right. It doesn't use the result, but it doesn't need to, because everything we need is in the descriptor. So this is just courtesy here. Yeah. Okay, this might work. This might actually work and work so very well. Okay, let's see if it compiles. It doesn't. Because this is not yet implemented. All this is not implemented. And here we are missing a return. Return command. Okay, then let's also implement. Hold on. Let's rename this back to commands. There we go. Okay, then let's also implement the others, which should be simple enough. Return commands and return commands. Aha, here we have a chain again. We have a chain. Let's see. Success. Aha, hold on. We made a mistake. We need to, in this callback, we need to do, this stuff here as well. So we paste this, comment it out, comment it in. Good. So if descriptor PDB reader is not null, then and this, then create load exe command. what's going on here with the... Yeah, okay. Aha, okay, but here we have a situation where we eventually don't return a new command, right? So if the PDB reader has failed loading, or we cannot load executable, then here we would return an empty, we would return null pointer, no command. Okay, that means let's go to work queue here. So we have put this assert here, but this is not true now. So the delayed work can return a null pointer if it cannot like create the actual follow-up command. Okay, so this is a valid case. So then we say so if command is not 0, let's rename this to chained commands. Delayed work can decide to not create a chained command. In this case, the chain is done. So we don't look at the next chain, we just, the chain is done. If it wanted to do the next chain, then it would have to return, oof. So let's say the delayed work wants to just skip one command in the chain. Then it would have to return an empty command. Empty command. What about results here? Command chain is done. Delayed work can decide to not create a chain command. In this case, the command chain is done. Uses original command chain if next delayed command is set. Oof. Yeah, we will have to figure out how this works out in practice. Maybe this needs additional tweaks here. Yeah, let's cater it to our use cases. We will see. Okay, chain load executable when PDB load is done. Yeah. So this thing can return null pointer. How about we make early returns here? If PDB reader is null pointer, then we return null pointer. And then we remove this. If not, can load exe, return null pointer. Otherwise, yeah. So if PDB reader is null, returns null. If chain load, then it gets this and this. Checks if it can load. If it cannot load, return null. Otherwise, create load exe command. Yeah, okay, this looks correct to me. How about we create now a new command, a new function. We create a load PDB and exe command. Let's call it chain. Create load PDB exe chain. Okay, mgui app. And then exe chain. Oof. Then we take this guy here. And we put it in here. And then we return command. PDB exe chain. I'm not sure if that is smart to create this function. Because I expect it's only usable in this one case. Yeah, let's comment this out for now. Let's not do that. Okay, so commands and then this. Okay. Okay, let's rename this to save PDB and exe config async. And then so here we simply do create save pdb config commands descriptor. There we go. And here we need to do it similar to this one. Create save pdb config commands, and then we do this here. Chain load executable when pdb is done. So we basically just remove, we take this. So we say if not can save this, then return null pointer. Otherwise do that. Otherwise return create save xe config commands. Chain save next config file when this one is done, because config file contents can be saved into the same file. Okay. Okay. There was still some red here. Because we need to remove this. Okay, so invalidate command here and here, yeah. And we can also remove this. And that's it. Descriptor. That's it. Invalidate command. Here. Okay, do we have invalidate command at all places? Looks like so, yeah. Okay. So if I didn't make a mistake, functionality wise, it should be the exact same. Should be the exact same. But it gives us now more freedom to chain things with this then command. So here we can create individual commands, and we can chain the commands with these lambda functions, and they are delayed. Like this does not execute until the previous command, this one, has completed. And we would even be able here to chain another. Here we could call another then, right? And do things, and then we could call another then, right? So we could chain commands here this way. Yeah. Yeah, so maybe this is all we need for now. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Okay, there might, but so I wonder, there probably is a use case where we say, hey, we want to do we want to compare two files, and then we load files, but they're already loaded. If files are already loaded, then we don't need to load them. But at the time of execution. I wonder what if we also want to have a delayed head, a delayed command head. So the problem I see right now, we can't build conditions where we say we have a root command, but the root command is something that is undefined yet, and we append commands based on conditions. Like, so for example, we say here if, so outside we could say if PDB reader is null, then we append the PDB reader command, right? But we can't do this because the root command already needs to be something. But if we want to condition the root command to begin with, like the early command, then we can't do this. So that's a problem. Can we mitigate this? Let me see. Okay, but the current stuff should compile now. It does. And I think it will also work. But let's look at this work queue. So we do enqueue a command pointer. Maybe we also give an option to enqueue maybe we also give an option to enqueue a delayed command. And so when the delayed command is passed the first time, the first delayed command is immediately evaluated. So it creates a command immediately, the first one. And so we would be able to create chain of delayed commands. Is that possible? Oof. My gosh. So I think we would have to create a function to pass the delayed commands. Delayed command pointer. Delayed commands. And so the implementation of this one would be so basically we would look at delayed commands. We would look at here first command, delayed command, delayed work. We don't have a result yet, so we send an empty result. But then we give an empty result. Yeah, but I guess that's okay. So we create a work queue results pointer. Results, and we make it null. Well, it is already default null. And we pass it. And then, so that will evaluate the first command. And then we also need to do this here. Return enqueue. Let's call this chain command. NQ. Okay, and then we call NQ. Hold on. Can we combine these somehow? Chain command result NQ delete command result. We can so I think we have to pass this result. Then we do another here. Oh boy. Move this up. Return. NQ. std move. Delayed command. Results. Results. And then here we say NQ NQ next delayed command and results. And then we remove all this. And we get an error. What's the problem? Ah, std move, right. Std move. There we go. Okay, let's put a breakpoint here and here. Well, just there for now. Let's put it here. Yeah. Delayed work can decide to not create a chain command. Loses original command chain. Yeah, so what this would allow us to do, now we could start our head with a delayed command pointer, which in itself contains nothing. It's the delayed command. Well, it can contain the delayed work. Yeah. And so it's like it's a single linked list, right? A forward list. We just link always to the next element. So if we have a head node, if we But the question now is, wait, if we would create this head node and we would append things with then the first command next delayed command. Next command delayed result. So. Okay, NQ, and if we NQ, okay, how do we start ahead with this thing? I don't know. If we have a pointer, how about we create a new struct, call it delayed head command. And the delayed head command simply allows to the head command has this here. So the head command, the delayed head command just sits there on the stack and you append the chain towards the head, but the head is not used for anything other than being the head. Okay, this can work. The substitute for real command, use chain command. The delayed head command can be used to create a chain of delayed commands. The delayed head command can be used to create a chain of delayed commands with conditionals. Delayed commands can be used to create a chain of delayed commands with conditionals. A chain of conditional or chain of delayed commands without a fixed, without a head, without a definite head command that does some work. The delayed head command can be used to create a chain of delayed commands without a definite head command that does some work, aka chaining delayed commands from a work queue command. such as chaining delayed commands from my work. The delayed head command can be used to create a chain of delayed commands without a definite head command that does some work, that does some specific work, such as chaining delayed commands which happens when chaining delayed commands from a work queue command. The delayed head command can be used to create a chain of delayed commands without a definite head command that does some specific work, which happens when chaining delayed commands from a work. My gosh, this is complicated. The delayed head command can be used to create a chain of delayed commands without a definite head command that the delayed head command can be used to create a chain of delayed commands chain of delayed, create a chain of just delayed commands. Okay, let's just keep it like this. Yeah, the programmer needs to figure out what this means. Okay, this would mean that we make this enqueue, we make it private, and here we allow to pass a delayed head command pointer, and somehow delayed. No, we just delayed head commands. Yeah, delayed head commands. Yeah, we have to pass it as reference. And so we put this and this. So we remove this. And we put this work queue enqueue delayed command. And then here we do this basically. We have a result and we delayed delayed head command, delayed head command, delayed head command. Okay. Now the question is, what if it's null? What if it's null? This can be null. Well, it's dangling. Well, this now. Let's make it explicit. Null pointer. So it could be null here at this point if we just pass an empty head. If it's empty head, it's legal to pass it, and then we just say if is null pointer, then return false. No queuing. Okay, I think this makes sense. Oof. Okay, the only weird thing is that we pass an empty result pointer to the first delayed command, but there's no other choice. It can only be empty. Like the head, the first command, it cannot receive a result from when there was nothing else before it, right? So it must be null. So logically, it makes sense. There's no other expectation. Yeah. So it receives a null pointer here, which is visible then on the delayed work callback. Well, it's fine. The user can handle it. Yeah, that's fine. Maybe we add a delayed work function to create a chain and chain a new command. After the previous command has completed the work and has returned its result. If it has a result. If it has a result. Let's say node 2. The result may be empty if the command returns an empty result, or the delayed command was began from the head. Okay. Node 1. The result may be empty if the command returns an empty result, or the delayed command began from the head. Yeah. Oh boy. I think this also means that work queue command can inherit from head command and not from delayed command. I think, because it essentially is a head command. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, if you're not confused, then you are expert. I'm confused. And we got compile errors. Okay, what is the problem? Yeah. Okay. Make unique. So the head command needs to be down here so we can see the other. Okay, let's try this. Okay, now it's time to reveal if this shit works. I'm a little bit nervous, I have to say. A little bit nervous. Let's move these things to the sides. Okay. Update callback. So the first command has processed. We have a callback now. Let's see what this does. Do call, invoke, and it calls this. That looks good. It calls PDB reader setting here, the time point invalidate. Okay, fair. Yeah, let's get out of this mess. Okay, now the result is not empty. It has stolen the PDB reader, but this is fine because that's what our callback did. And the next delayed command is not null. So it should go in here, and it does. Okay, now we pass on this stuff, enqueue, delayed commands, and results. Okay, chain commands. Ah, now we didn't step in there. I would have liked to see what happened, but okay. We have a chain command, and the chain command is a load exe command. This looks correct. This looks correct. And here this should be null, yeah. Next delayed. So it will set it. And the next one is also empty, so it remains empty, but that's fine, yeah. And here we now enqueue our new chain command, and it goes into the queue, and I think this works correctly. Now we have the next callback with the new results, and the new result is we have here the executable, and everything looks good. And we got an error. Okay. Okay, what do we got here? Command is empty. Why? Okay, so there's some problem. It's probably something simple. Let's put the breakpoint here again. Load. Good, so this is the first one, callback. We got a PDB result, right? No, result here, PDB, yeah. Good, now the second. Callback. Let's step in there, let's see what it does. Executable. Okay, this looks fine. Okay, now we got result is not null, and the next delayed command is null, so this should now not go in there. Yeah. Okay, so what now? What? Okay. Huh, it didn't error now. Why did it error before? Oh, now it got stuck. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, we got a... Aha. It is here. Hold on. Okay, let's restart. Okay, something fishy is happening. I don't know what it is. Let's see. Okay, so the cert already has hit here. Why? Oof. So it happens on the other queue here. Let's put a breakpoint. Let's put a breakpoint here. Okay, so this command looks good. This command also looks good. And then we get an empty command. Where do we get an empty command? Huh? Where do we end? Chain command. Oh, what is this here? Right. Okay. So here, if chain command is null pointer, then we return false. Otherwise, we keep on going here. And then here we do return this chain command. Okay, this should fix it. Yeah. Okay. Load. Command. Command. Done. Okay, now it's correct. Okay, cool. Load. Load. Yeah, it works. Wow. That is amazing. That is amazing. And we got an error. Can save PDB config. Oh, save exe config. Save exe. Okay, that was easy fix. Load. Save. Load. Save. Load. Save. Okay, seems to work. Oh, hell no. Hell no. I have to say this was a hard problem. I really had to think hard on this, but it seems to work. Yeah. Okay, so my hope is now with this in place, we can at least chain. Well, this would even allow for parallel chains. Like, let's say the work queue. Let's say the work queue allowed us to run multiple commands in parallel. Then this would also work with parallel execution, because you would have one chain, and if you push another chain, then those chains would just complete whenever things are done. But right now everything is clogging up, so it doesn't matter much. Yeah. Okay, but I think this is fully functional. Yeah. Yeah. Delayed head command. Commands. Okay. Yeah. I think this is good. Okay, let's close this and clean up our code to get a better view on what we just did there. Okay, clean up this. So result, command, move, command, callback, result. I can also add a assert. Command is not expected null pointer. Okay, I think this looks good. Okay, back to ImGUI app. So let's remove this chain function. So remove this and this. And this. Okay. Okay, good. So this looks fine, fine. We always invalidate the command ID at every callback finish. Load async. If it can load PDB, then it will load these two, otherwise just this one. And same with the PDB config. Yeah. Well, we could now, here we could now use our feature for the head chaining. Yeah. Yeah, we could do that. So right now we have this weird construct that we, wait. .exe command. Well, but I still see problem like so what do we do? What do we do if we what do we do if we want to create an empty if we want to skip ahead in the command chain? Like let's say we load PDB. We loaded PDB. Reload PDB. Yeah, what if we want to allow having holes in our chain of commands? So you pass command 1, 2 fails, 3 passes. But if we stop on 2, we never get to 3. Is that okay? Depends on the use case. Right. Q command pointer. Okay, let's yeah. So to me it looks like so PDB and exe, they have a hard dependency on each other. Well, yeah, because yeah, they have a dependency. But save config, I think what we can do here is, here I think we can use the head feature. Oh boy. So we take head commands, head commands. Oh, I'm getting tired. Head commands, delayed head commands, and just head commands. And then we say if that head commands, then Save PDB. Let's create a copy of this. Let's just comment this whole thing out. Return create okay, and then if wait, this is exe and can save this, then we do head command oh, hold on. But thinking about this now, maybe we don't even need the head commands. Maybe we just start our head right with this. And then let's see, pass it here. Head command, next delete command, return false. Yeah. Yeah, I think we don't need this here at all. So we do head command, then we do next command. Next command equals head command. And then we do next command, then next command, then PDB, PDB. And if assert next command, Next delayed command is not null pointer. Yeah. So basically this means one of these is hit. Let's see. Oh. Oh, hold on. There's a mistake as well. We need to enqueue delayed head commands. Okay. And then here in our work queue, we pass the head command here, this delayed command. Delayed commands. Delayed command, next delayed commands. Okay, let's see if that works. So we do load all. And here, save config. We have a head command. Next command will point to the head command. And then we can do this. And now next command function. Then next delayed command allocates delayed work. Okay. Yeah. Okay, assert, yeah. Enqueue head command, let's see. Result is nothing. Next delayed commands. And we got an exception. Cool. Oh. Because result is empty. Oh. Oh. Shit. So we have an empty work queue. Maybe it's not legal. Yeah, we need a command in there, don't we? Right. Delayed command. Delayed command. Wait, how do we results, command work. Aha, so we, I think if we don't have a result, I think we need a result always. So if result is null, then we create a result here. Make unique result. And then we have a result here. Even if it's empty, it's fine. Because then we can have the command, and then we can also have, yeah. So that means that even wait, hold on. But this means we now get empty results. Oof. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. No, that doesn't make sense. We would get empty results. No, it wouldn't be empty, but it would be. Well, we would know it's done. Yeah. Yeah, we always need a result, technically. But maybe we. Callback. If work function returns no result, then we create one here. We create one here. Returns null results. I don't like this kind of language. Return create results, create new result if work function returns null results. If work function returned null results. Okay, but this means that we cannot, like, is it desirable to not return, to not have a result Well, it would mean that we cannot chain. Yeah, it would mean that well, we could, yeah. So the problem is if we would have a call, if we would have a work function that returns no result, but it had a delayed command, next delayed command, then the next delayed command could not be processed because it wouldn't go into one of these queues, the result, right? And the result contains a command in the delayed command, the next delayed command in there. So we kind of need it here, and then I think it's better we have it consistent. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, then let's say we always have a result, even if we don't need it, strictly speaking. Yeah. Okay. But it's kind of weird because maybe this is not what the user expects. Like if we return null, we kind of expect no results, right? But we get something in the polling queue or in the callback queue. Well, a null result in a callback. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's a bit strange. I don't know. Okay, so then it means here this result also cannot be null. So we also create one here. NT result. NQ result. Ah, no. Next. What is this command? Oof. Q result command. Well, here we have no commands. I don't know. This is weird. Q results. Okay, I have no idea what to do here. This command We don't have a command if we are at the head. Shit. We don't have a command. We have a delayed command. Shit. Next. We would essentially have to allocate here a command. Result. Okay, this seems to be unsafe here. We move this. Yeah, something is not right here. Result command. So we steal. Why do we steal it? There's a unique pointer. Delayed work. Chain commands. Delayed commands. Delayed commands. So I think what we do here is delayed command. Next delayed command. Yeah, I think it should be like this. Yeah. Then this also means we can have this now. Because this null will be now passed to delayed work. Yeah, okay, I think this is correct now. And let's go back to this once more. Create new result if work function returned null result. So let's say, yeah, let's say work returns result, returns null. The expectation would be that we just don't want to do anything. We don't want to call a callback. Okay, what if we return result null, but we have a callback? Yeah, that sounds weird. Or, yeah. Okay, but on the other hand, we might want to return null and not expect polling result for this, because it's just a useless result. But like, even if we get an empty result, not sure. I mean, we definitely need a result if we want to chain commands. Because without the result here, it wouldn't go to the callback queue. Okay, I notice another thing. The callback. Update callbacks. I think here we need to have another condition, bool results command delayed work. No. Next. Yeah, if it has a if it has a, yeah, what should it have? Delayed work or this? I think this. Delayed command. Or this, not now. Okay. result. Command. Well, we also need a result if we want to call back. We only don't need a result if we have no callback and no next delayed command. Okay, let's bool has called back. Bool has delayed commands. Okay. Call back. And that's good. So cons. So if it's null and has callback or has delayed command, then we need to allocate. Okay, so this would allow still to return null results, and it would not go into the polling queue then. But it will always go into, it will always go here into the callback queue with a non-null result, because it will allocate it here. And that is necessary, because without the result, we cannot have callback. Yeah, I think that makes sense. So if result is null and it has a callback or has delayed command, it will create the result. And if then the result is not null, it will also save the command. It will move the command in there. If it has a callback or has delayed command, it will go into the callback queue. And only if it has none of these things, it will go into the polling queue. Has delayed commands. Delayed command is, yeah. Yeah. Okay, I think it makes sense, yeah. Okay, if result is not null. Okay. Let's do assert. No, not assert. Here, assert. Result is not null pointer. To clarify that it's not expected to be 0 there. Yeah. So you get like a hard guarantee. But here it can be. Results can be null. Result can be null. No, cannot. Okay, what am I doing? We have this here. Of course it can't be. Well, can't assert this. Maybe we don't need. Okay, has callback, has delayed commands. Good. I think this makes sense. Yeah. Okay, it's not too complicated, but still, you have to be very careful here. It's easy to make mistakes. Very easy. Okay, let's see now. I already forgot what our error was. We loaded something and then saved something. Okay, head commands. So, next command. Yeah. 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 NQ. Here we have empty results. It will move this guy in here. And our result is empty. Delayed work. Let's see what it calls into. It calls in here, which is fair. It does all this. Yeah. Fair. Return. Okay. Chain commands. Yeah. Chain command is not null. Delayed command is empty. So delayed command. Next chain command. Delayed command. Next delayed command. Next delayed command. Yeah, delayed command. Next delay. Yeah, okay, I think that's correct. Yeah, and this one is also null, empty. Yeah, move, chain commands. Okay. And this works. Okay, good. Load, save, save. Okay, let's try the other one. Okay, here we have now 2, and we put the breakpoint in here again, save. Okay, so now it goes in here, and it also goes in here. So we now have oh. Yeah, this is not right. We need to say next command equals this. There we go. And then here we need to say head command this. Head command. Okay, let's see. Load, save. Okay, head commands. next command, head command, next. Okay, so here it should now, the next command has delayed work. So the head command has no delayed work, but it has a next delayed command. Yeah, and now we have another next command. Yeah, and here we have now, let's look at our head command. So we have a next delayed command, and then we have another next delayed command, and then the next is empty. So we have two delayed works. Yeah, this looks correct to me. Let's see if it does work on two things. Yeah, yeah, this seems to work. Okay. Phew, this was hard. This was very hard. Oof. Yeah. Okay, so I think this means we can delete this stuff here. Yeah. So basically, these things, they don't have a dependency on each other. The only thing we do is we chain these because they can't save to the same file at the same time. That's all that is. But they don't have a dependency, so we don't need to like chain it with this way. Yeah. So I think this is fine. I think this is fine. Here we need to chain this way because exe has a dependency on PDB. So we need to load PDB, then do some stuff here, and then load exe, create the exe command here. Yeah. Actually, well, maybe this can also become a head command. Oof, I need to think about this, but I will take a break now. It's enough. My head has been mush like 1 hour ago already. Yeah. I think this with the delayed command it's nice, but it's also a little bit confusing to use. Right? If you do it like this, it's a bit it's not so intuitive. But I can't think of a better way. Yeah. Thank you. The result may be empty if the command returns an empty result. Well, that's not true anymore. The result may be empty if the delayed command began from a delayed command head, the result may be empty if the delayed command began from a delayed command head. If the delayed command is the head of the chain, the result may be empty. The result is empty if the delayed command is the head of the chain. The result is empty if the delayed command is the head of the chain. The delayed command at the time of callback is result command. The result is empty if the delayed command is the head of the chain, of the command chain. Oh boy. How complicated can this be? Yes. How about we make these privates? And well, this we can make public. This one should be private. Because no one should set this directly, because at the head node, it does nothing. So we shouldn't mess with this thing. But we need to make it a friend of the work queue. Friend class work queue. Okay, I hope I didn't introduce any new bugs, but I think it's okay. Good. Let's review this again in the next video session. I would like to take a break now. It has been 2 hours 20. Yeah, okay. I think that's enough. Then I wish you a great day or night until next time. Goodbye.